Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Willpower in the building. We have a video titled Huge NLE Chopper Drama, video by Poetic Flacco. Now, I'm not too informed about exactly what happened, but all I know is that Jonathan Majors and NLE Chopper were on some sort of podcast. Apparently, Jonathan Majors kind of humiliated NLE Chopper on the podcast, and that's pretty much all I know. But today, in this video, we're gonna dive into what the drama is all about. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and leave a comment down below what you guys think after the video. And without further ado, let's dive into the video.
NLE Chopper and Jonathan Majors is currently beefing. This is like the most unexpected beef I think I've ever witnessed on the internet, and it's pretty one-sided, to be honest. But why they're beefing and what they're beefing over is even more unexpected. So NLE Chopper, Jonathan Majors, Kirk Franklin, Ray J, Kev on Stage, and others did a podcast together. And during this podcast, they discussed a lot of things. Now, NLE Chopper was the youngest person in the room. I think everybody there was 40 plus years old. NLE Chopper, I believe, is like 23 years old, 22 years old. And from the comment section, people felt like NLE Chopper wasn't willing to listen to certain things. He was talking as if he was an authority in that room.
Can anybody answer me this? Why is NLE Chopper bald now? Like, is this some sort of like enlightenment thing that he's trying to do? Like where he's now more enlightened, so he just cut off his hair to kind of like, I guess, detach or something like that?
When he should have been listening and kind of taking in the advice. Ray J called him out on it at some point during that podcast as well.
NLE is my, and he's smart. He's his own, you carved out your own way. So you understand.
I would see that.
You understand by being your own boss. So nobody can really tell you nothing.
No, that's not true.
No. Let me just finish. Let me finish.
That's not true. That nobody can tell you.
No, you listen. No, you listen too. No, you listen too. No, you listen too. But what I'm saying is, you're like, think about it. And I know your mom. I know you, like, you manifested where you are right
yes,
now.
Sir.
So you understand that.
The grace of God.
Cool. That's what you feel.
That's what I know.
Got it. Now, do you feel like you're at that experience level to where you can tell these and give these some advice?
Do
like,
I?
Really? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you can give Jonathan Majors some advice?
Do I feel I'm at that level?
Yeah, not successful.
No, that's a good question.
I'm talking about experience.
Knowledge-wise, right?
Yeah, do you feel like that?
I can only give what man is willing to receive.
That doesn't make any sense. But
Yes,
that doesn't answer the
Break
question.
it down.
Do you feel like your experience in the world that
Yes.
you can give Jonathan some advice?
If he's willing to receive.
That's way out. I need to smoke a cigarette.
Do you want? He said I need to smoke a cigarette. Honestly, me personally, oh shoot, y'all, my fault. How did this happen? I personally feel like you can learn from anybody. You know, you can even learn from the smallest children. Not like, and it might not be like wisdom coming directly from them, but you just kind of, I guess, if you're an observant person and you can observe deeper things and deeper truths about life, you can learn that way, I guess. So
technically, anybody can give anyone some advice, okay?
Right.
A 9-year-old can give me advice,
right?
Vice versa, right? There's something to learn out of any and everything. But we're not talking about the technical definition here, no. We're talking about being in a room with older men with experience, and they're discussing certain things that come with age, and NLE Chopper is inserting himself. I remember specifically, even before Ray J kind of said this, Kev on Stage was chiming in and trying to give NLE Chopper some advice. Like, Kev on Stage was pretty much bringing up the Labubu, pretty much saying, hey, the Labubu is the new toy fad. However, I lived long enough to where I've been able to experience other fads. I've been able to experience the Pokemon fad and other fads like the Tamahichi. I don't know what that is because I'm not that old. But he says, my daughter sees this Labubu and she thinks this is a unique experience when I've gotten a chance to not only experience the Labubu, but I've experienced other fads. And I know that within like a couple years, there's going to be something new and something else, opposed to my daughter who believes that this is going to be the biggest thing ever. And that's because I lived through the experience of witnessing several fads, including this one. Man, NLE Chopper was rushing this man. You could see as this man was trying to talk, actively NLE Chopper was trying to butt in, being impatient. even at a point, NLE Chopper asks this grown man, "What's the point, bro? Get to it, man. Finish up. I got something to say."
Line for 2 hours for a little boo-boo, and me and my wife and sister, and that's a difference. So the boo-boos for her, it's the biggest thing in the world, and it's really just a stuffed animal. Yes, sir. So to her, this is the first time she's seen it. It's on TV, it's on the news. At 42, I realized Labubu ain't nothing but Pokemon cards. Yes, sir.
I just have to say though, this is honestly the most random mix of men in one room. Like I wouldn't like if you were to tell me like, oh, there was like a new men's podcast called Den of Kings, I would not have assumed that this group of men would be on the podcast. So I just think
Beanie Babies.
I think it's kind of bizarre.
Tickle Me Elmo, Pet Rocks, Game Boys, whatever.
What's the point?
I'm gonna get to the point. The point is,
he was moving as if Kev on stage had nothing valuable to say, and he had all the knowledge. You feel me? But he's only 22 years old. That's essentially what Ray J was trying to say. It wasn't technically.
See, it's because he bald-headed now, so he believes that once you cut this hair, you received all the bald nigga knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like you are now a Shaolin monk who has unlocked perfection or something like that. You've unlocked sanctification, all of it.
Do you believe you can give advice? Because anybody can give advice. Is NLE Chopper unwillingness to really listen. He was speaking as the authority. I remember one specific instance where NLE and Jonathan Major kind of had a viral moment. Jonathan did come across as a tad bit snarky, but they was talking about the Bible. NLE Chopper was telling a room full of like Christian men, including like Kirk Franklin, who's like a preacher, I believe, or a minister. He was teaching to them about the Bible. And he would tell them, man, I read the Bible, and Jesus is our brother. He's not our Lord and personal Savior. So we got to start treating Jesus like our brother instead of treating him like God. Jonathan Major stepped in and had a viral quote in response to NLE Chopper.
What we're dealing with a lot at this table is because we have had people make us feel bad.
You know why though? It's a thing where you have us here as people, you have God, and then this is what happened.
Your niggas go breaking out the utensils. You don't know
we
what
gotta go
the fuck
through
you
all
talking
these
about.
different things to get primarily the source. Primarily the source. You know what I have a problem with? One of the things I have a problem with, and it may be controversial.
All right,
A lot
man,
of
get to the
people may
point.
say this and may say that. I don't like, let me say it in a manner to where it's extremely intelligent. Let me think on it. In Christianity, it's a thing where people praise the Son more than they praise the Father. And that's what I don't like.
Okay.
Because if we are man made in a likeness, Jesus is our brother. You get what I'm saying? Why would I drop down and praise my brother instead of praising my father? And that goes back to honoring your parents.
I just gotta say something.
What?
Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible, I listen to the Bible, I receive.
Because everybody around at the table is looking at this man like, bro, what are you talking about right now? Get to the point, bro. Like, they should have known. I mean, I think they knew some BS was going to come out of his mouth as soon as he started playing with the forks and spoons on the table. They're not even eating the food, bro. So he started using the utensils as props.
I receive from source straight.
I would say read it again.
Sir.
Let me ask you a question, Ray J.
Read it again.
How has it been?
Jonathan Majors was dismissive. Kirk Franklin ain't
Read it
even
again.
like respond to that, but he just moved on completely. He said, "All right, bro, right, enough of that." Now, again, like Kirk Franklin is a minister. Like Jonathan Major grew up in the church. Like his mother is a pastor, so they probably have a deeper understanding of Christianity than NLE Chopper, which I didn't even think was like a Christian. I thought NLE Chopper was like some type of like super chakra, like Dr. Sabi,
I thought he was a Muslim.
holistic type of dude.
What, am I wrong? Was he not claiming to be a Muslim like maybe last year or a few years ago? Am I wrong?
didn't even know he was Christian, but apparently he is. Right now, I haven't read the Bible front and back. I don't know too much about the Bible, to be honest. 100%, I don't know. But I do know there is a discussion among Christians. There is a debate, right, where some Christians do believe that Jesus Christ is God, right, because he's part of the Holy Trinity, right? Like Jesus is God and God is Jesus. While some believe that Jesus is the Son of God and he's not God specifically, right? I do know there was an entire council about this. I think it was like the Nicene Council, where like they actually like debated and put this on record that Jesus is God or Jesus is a part of the Trinity, which makes Jesus God as well, right? Because they are one and they can't be separated. At least from my little and limited understanding of the Bible, that's what I believe it says. I don't know. Please don't attack me. If that's not what it says, put it in the comment section and tell me, like, what did your church teach you? Is Jesus God? Is God Jesus? Let me know.
Respecting him for being honest.
But NLE Choppa felt really dismissed and felt like he was being attacked by Jonathan Majors the entire podcast. So afterwards, NLE Choppa did an interview with TMZ where he called out Jonathan Majors. Now, he called him out for some other things that raised a lot of eyebrows, because a lot of people felt like, yeah, this is unusual, right? You don't call somebody out.
Dang, bro, I keep getting these ads, bro. I'm finna tee up in here, man. I'm finna tee up in here, man. All right, I'm chilling now.
For this,
you recently kind of did a sit down with Kirk Franklin and Jonathan Majors was there.
Yeah.
And you guys were discussing Jesus, and you made a comment about, people can read about it, but you made a comment, Majors clapped back basically like, yo, you need to read your Bible more, because he didn't like the way that you interpreted it, I suppose, about Jesus being someone like, he was saying like, you were saying you don't pray to your brother. What were you trying to say?
I was saying you should appreciate your brother and honor your brother, but Jesus and God should not be on the same plane. It's a thing that people say, well, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit is are one.
All one.
That's true. That can be one, but that doesn't mean that they're on the same plane. So that's why you have a father. That's why you have a son. That's why you have children. So we're children of the Most High God. So we will never be on the same plane as God. I think the way I probably pronounced it probably created a little bit of misconfusion, but I mean, any person that really breaks down scriptures and breaks down God will understand that God sits here. There's nobody that sits on that throne with him or share the same vicinity.
Do you feel like there's an issue with Majors now, or are you good with Majors?
I feel like it's not an issue with Majors. I never had one. I do feel like it was tension going into the interview on his behalf, because I've publicly said things, complimented Megan Good about her looks and stuff.
That's what it was about.
So like during the interview, it was like certain moments to where like I just felt like he kept trying to use the Megan thing to like, you know how people, as kids, people wave stuff in your face like, hey, I got this, you ain't got that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even that, bro. It was like, I respect whatever, union y'all have. But it was like he kept, during the interview, it was moments where it just felt forced and it felt unnatural with how he was bringing her into the equation. And even like he brought her into the equation and said, no disrespect to the young brother, as he looked off and waved me off twice.
I actually remember that moment because I watched this entire podcast. NLE Choppa is expressing that he felt like a man brought up his wife to rub it into his face that he has Megan Good and NLE Choppa don't. First off, okay, that's that man's wife. He could bring her up whenever he wants to bring her up, okay? If you guys don't know the lore, NLE Choppa was on Jason Lee's podcast, and NLE Choppa expressed to Megan Good that he had a crush on her and he wants to take her out. She kind of, I believe, like hung up the phone or acted like she didn't hear it, and NLE Choppa kind of felt embarrassed. I guess that's the lore, right? He always wanted Megan Good. That was like his crush, but he never could get her because Megan Good, paid him dust. So he felt like Jonathan Majors celebrating his wife, Megan Good, in front of him was Jonathan Majors throwing it in his face that he had Megan Good and he don't. And the moment that he's referring to is when Jonathan Majors And NLE Chopper was going back and forth and arguing about, can you get out of that dark place alone, right? And where NLE Chopper says that, that you need other people to pull you out of that dark space, right? You need exterior motivation to get out of that dark place. Like Jonathan Major says, no, nobody can save you when you're in that dark place. And you need to find it within. Like, you need to find your like motivation to live within yourself. Even my wife couldn't save me. And she did enough for me. It was that moment where NLE Chopper felt like, oh, Jonathan Majors brought up his wife in an unnatural way. So hence he must.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Now that I get, because that whole TMZ interview, I had no idea what NLE was talking about. I was honestly focused on the dead skin that was coming off his bald head now. I don't know what happened to his hair, y'all. But it'd be something with these, when dudes shave their head, for some reason, they think they unlocked all 7 levels of enlightenment. Which you have not. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I had no idea what he was talking about, bro. And the fact that, like, I mean, I honestly think that NLE Chopper is misled from, and you can literally hear it out of the words of his mouth. I'm not sure if it's the drugs, and if he's sober thinking like this, he needs to get like he needs to go do some deeper diving and actually read the Bible. Because when people say they read the Bible, they read it like a chapter book. Like, you open up a book and you read it chapter to chapter. You need to, treat it like a school zone, actually, observe things and like ask questions, you know what I mean, as you're reading it. Like, it's not a regular book that you just read, front to back, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Be throwing it in my face like he has my childhood crush.
I'm trying my
Both
best
of
not
y'all
to stop the
brothers
video
shared,
now,
you shared what you almost did and you did not. I'm curious what brought you out of that. Like, how did you, what was your thought process to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to live. You know what I mean? Like, how did you, because I imagine those things don't just magically go away, and that thought might be in the back of your mind. Like, how do you pull out of that?
Yeah, that's a great question, Kev. I think for me, NLE and I was talking about it earlier, right? He was talking about how his daughter, right, your daughter, right, has given him a reason to live.
man, almost teed up on y'all. Man, I'm about to get YouTube Premium soon, man. Trust the process, man. I ain't gonna be broke forever, man. I ain't gonna be broke forever, man.
There's a lot going on right now at this table. I got a lot going through my head right now.
Give us some.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because I mean, yeah, like I found my wife in my lowest moment of all time. You know what I mean? I found my wife, and that's awesome. Like,
She's an amazing woman.
she is an amazing. That's what we do at the house when we start feeling good about being married. You just yeah. So I found my soulmate. I found my queen. In that moment, and we found each other. Really. I'm just gonna move through it really quick, but I got something to say, right? So it's like this. So in that space, like I hear you, young brother. Like, I hear you. You know what I mean? I really do. And I hear you too, Kev. But in that dark space, like nothing. Sorry, like bad news, Kurt. Like, nothing's getting you out. Nothing's getting you. Like, and no one's talking about that. Oh, my babies. Oh, my career. Oh, my life. No, that's horse shit. That's horse shit. If you had something to hold on to, you wouldn't be in that space.
Wow.
You know what I mean? My baby girl wasn't gonna get me out. My mama told me I can't get you out.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Megan couldn't get me out.
And your mama preacher.
My mama preacher.
And your mama
You know what I mean? Like,
preacher.
no one's talk about that. Like we can talk about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I feel like let's cut the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can resonate with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what I'm saying. I'd have to think about that a little bit further, but I really do resonate with that, because there's people who literally are on the ledge right now, and even though they got, they mom, they got their girl, or they got their kids like rooting for them and trying to talk them off that ledge. I know people who have literally still went off that ledge. There's people who still go off that ledge. You know what I'm saying? So I do resonate with what he's saying. Like, you do need something you do need to look within yourself. And me personally, build a relationship, with Jesus, let God expose a lot of things, let him purify you and bring you into that light, you know what I'm saying? So that way you don't live in darkness. Or, you know what I'm saying? So that's me personally. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's about to say.
Like,
After,
get
but
you out
let's
of
see.
jail.
You know what I mean?
Get you out of where?
You know what I mean? No, out of a dark place, right?
I disagree. I disagree.
Well, respect, young brother.
The road leads back to two. No man, no woman, no kid, no pet can, but God can. The road leads back to two. And my thing, my thing is though, my thing is this: if we understand and connect, man, listen. I just sat down for 3 to 4 months. I took a break. I could have made $4, $5, $6, $10 million. I left it all on a plate to sit down because something in my spirit wasn't right.
I didn't read that as Jonathan Majors throwing his wife in NLE Chopper's face. I read that personally as Jonathan Majors trying to give NLE Chopper some game, like for real, for real. And it's just different perspective. Nobody has the answer to life, bro. Everybody deal with things differently. If you need that exterior motivation to get you out that dark place, that's what you need. If you don't need it, I think Jonathan Majors was trying to OG NLE Chopper, but NLE Chopper, like, seeing Jonathan Majors giving credit to his wife, for holding him down or shouting out his wife as a diss towards him. And to me, it's kind of like, bro,
Maybe I read that wrong. Maybe because I totally forgot he did shout out pretty much saying that his wife pulled him out of that dark place. Is that what's happening? I don't know. Leave a thought in the comments down below. I personally think, like, you know what I'm saying, this is just me personally. This don't gotta be you or involve you. Build a relationship with Christ. Get closer to God. Let him purify you. You know what I'm saying? Let him save you. Let him enter you into your life. Like I said, build that close relationship and let him pull you into the light. Let him shed light on that darkness so that way you don't have to live in such darkness. There's always going to be things that you're dealing with and levels that you're going to have to conquer, but you don't have to live in such a deep darkness where it feels like you can't get out. If y'all get what I'm saying.
You can't do that, man. That's I understand you have a crush on Megan Good, but that's that man's wife. He could shout her out if he wants to.
He sure can.
Without you feeling attacked. But NLE Chopper felt like that particular moment, what you just heard was an attack on him. And he felt like what Jonathan Majors did was wrong.
Right. And then he looked up at the guy in front of him and made eye contact with him and said, and no, to you as well, Kev, but you did not look at me. You made no eye contact. You brushed me off and then proceeded to disrespect me. You feel me? So it was like, I just knew what was really going on behind the scenes. I knew that was something that he was pressed about.
When you're on a platform like Kirk Franklin, you kind of go into it thinking like, hey, we're about to talk about spirituality
and that's the thing
and like
too.
keep it positive.
Yeah, bro, that's the thing too. As I'm going into this meeting, I'm sitting down at this table. It's just I felt certain things were just like wasn't a reflection what I feel like Kirk stand for, and I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, no disrespect to Kirk, I know he's just trying to do his thing, and I know he's, he was trying to mediate everything, but I do feel like, even the lineup was just kind of like, it was just kind of weird to me.
What's your message to people that, look to you to hear a good word?
I mean, the main message that I was trying to, even leave at that table was just seek God. Seek him as much as you can, and seeking him does not always have to start.
And don't get in the comment section talking about how I'm hating, bro. I just do that. I roast. I'm open to roasting too. So if y'all say something in the comments, just know I'm firing back at you.
In the church, it doesn't have to start with a Bible.
No,
I agree with that message. Seek out your own relationship with God. If you don't believe in God, that's your right. I'm not pushing on you. But if you do believe in God and you feel like you're not as close in your faith as you should be, seek out the relationship with him privately. Seek it out. I'm telling you, man. Any problem you have, any type of difficulty, any type of issues you're having, I can almost guarantee you, man, he's the solution. All right? I was broke, homeless in 2019, down bad, ain't have a cent to my name. Ain't have a car, bro. You ever been homeless without a car? It's not fun.
No.
At all.
Imagine.
Man, why is it always 2019? No, I swear everybody was suffering in 2019. If you was doing good in 2019, you were part of the Illuminati.
Now look where I'm at. And that's because I exalted him when I had nothing. I exalt him when I have everything. and I would exalt him if I ever lose everything. I'm not afraid to exalt that man in public and in private. And if you're somebody who believes in that man, I'm telling you, man, he's going to give you everything you ever asked for. Even now, when I pray to God, I don't ask God for more wealth or more money or more material things. No, I ask him to strengthen my character. I ask him to make me wiser. That's what I want. Right? And again, I might fall short at times.
Right. Hey,
right?
Everybody does.
I might resort back into certain things that I shouldn't at times, but
everybody does.
Yeah, right now, bro, like the only thing that I'm trying to do is to just carry out his will, right? Like, which is why, yo, like a lot of y'all, bro, trust me, I see the messages. Flacco, this YouTuber said this, blah, 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 blah.
Hey, put W's in the chat for Flacco, man.
I'm not engaging. Like, I don't engage with meaningless drama at this point. With other people, I don't beef. I don't have ops. No, bro, like, I'm trying to serve him and exalt him and carry out his will. And if I fall short, I fall short at times, you know?
Everybody does.
Yeah, bro, like, I left all the nonsense, all the back and forth beefing with other content creators, bro, that's beyond me. Like, I'm not engaging in that, right? I'm trying to push forward and carry out his will, okay? And if you do too, I'm telling you, man, right, you're going to get everything you're asking for, right? Now, if you enjoyed this video.
Yeah, man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Like I said earlier in the video, make sure to leave a like. Lets me know that y'all were here, especially at the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe because a lot of y'all aren't. But I see y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been showing love lately, man, so I appreciate it. Man, I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. See y'all next one. Peace.